But hold your horses. Khan's Transport for London, they had no issue plastering the tube with ads from pensioner Harmer Starmer's assisted dying campaign. The people who keep our bellies full are now public enemy number one for daring to raise awareness about Labour's family farm tax.
Under Sadiq Khan's watch, London has seen a 52% increase in knife crime since 2016. That's not just a number, it's lives changed forever, families torn apart. But instead of tackling this head-on, Khan's latest move, banning ads that don't align with his worldview.
Sadiq Khan, remember him? Sir Sadiq Khan, soon enough. My blood pressure, I tell you. He's the gift that keeps on giving. The London Mayor has decided to ban an advert from the National Farmers Union.
Stay with us as we break down the alarming disconnect between Khan's priorities and London's reality. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favour. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. We were about to think Sadiq Khan couldn't get any better when he pulled it off again. At issue here is free speech per se, not merely transportation or taxation. What has Khan done recently, removing any ads that promote farmers from the London Underground? Now we can analyse this.
They had no problem with the vegan brigade being wall to wall, or even a controversial Islamic preacher holding a briefcase full of burning US dollars and...
These advertisements did not promote anything harmful or illegal. All they were doing was showing their support for British farmers, a group that has been through a lot lately. The message was straightforward. British farming! We're proud to produce your food! Not very controversial, is it? Nonetheless, Khan appeared to be completely taken aback by this. He decided to use his mayoral authority to stop these ads, which he justified by saying they were about impartiality. This decision has many Londoners baffled. For what long has it been a partisan issue to back regional farmers? When compared to the principles of free speech, Khan's actions stand in stark contrast. Freedom of expression and diverse perspectives are values that London has long held in high regard. But in this case, the mayor is deciding for Londoners what they should and should not see on their commutes. The question then becomes, what is truly impacting Khan's opinion? Keeping the storyline in London under control is one possible explanation, according to some. Some think it's an effort to appear neutral on agricultural issues, but it falls flat. Whatever the case may be, Khan clearly does not share the priorities of the average Londoner. Swift and for the most part negative has been the public's reaction. A surge of criticism has been directed towards Khan on social media, with many accusing him of overreaching and even authoritarianism. Even among Khan's regular backers, this decision has been hard to defend. There is little leniency in the opinions of experts. Political scientist Dr. Emily Thorpe of UCL warned that even with the best of intentions, this type of censorship creates a dangerous precedent. No one, including the mayor, has the right to dictate how people should behave in public spaces. We are concerned about the broader implications of this censorship. What will transpire if Khan is willing to ban innocuous ads that help farmers? In London, would it be too controversial to post any message that goes against his personal beliefs? I regret to inform you that this is not an exception. Along these lines, Khan has shown a consistent pattern of behaviour throughout his tenure there. On multiple occasions, he has shown an inclination to prioritise command of the narrative and public perception over substance. In light of the greater issues that have plagued London during Khan's tenure as mayor, this ad disaster serves as an ideal example of his leadership style. This incident highlights how Khan's actions contradict his claims of representing all Londoners, despite his lofty rhetoric to the contrary. Serious problems, like skyrocketing crime rates and outrageous living costs, plague Khan's London. However, he is preoccupied with his role as tube censor to address these concerns head-on. Indeed, two cities are the central characters in Khan's London. While he's preoccupied with crafting a polished public relations image, what's happening in the real world? The numbers show a stark picture, and Khan would rather you not see it. Now, let's talk about crime. There has been a disturbing uptick in violent crime in London since Khan assumed office. Knife crimes in particular have skyrocketed, leaving many Londoners fearful for their safety. Another problem is that you can't afford to live in the city, which adds to the feeling of insecurity. The cost of living in London has exploded, and ordinary people are still unable to afford the city's exorbitant housing prices. It seems to reason that these pressing issues would be Khan's first concerns. Obviously not. Instead of focusing on these critical issues, Khan seems to be more interested in micromanaging trivial matters. Take his recent obsession with banning tube ads as an example. Does this really constitute the most critical issue that the people of London are confronting right now? Attempts by Khan to tackle core issues have been, to put it mildly, inadequate. The housing affordability crisis remains unaddressed due to his policies. It seems like public relations are more important to him than effective police tactics when it comes to dealing with crime. It seems like he's trying to paint the walls to fix a leaking roof. The frustration of Londoners is palpable. I voted for Khan because I believed he would have an impact, Sarah, a nurse from East London, told us. However, I can barely pay my rent anymore, and I'm scared to walk home at night. It would appear that he inhabits an alternate reality where our London is not present. So, how has Khan responded to these critiques? He has avoided taking criticism personally by attempting to suppress or avoid it. There are claims that his team has stifled legitimate criticism of his policies by manipulating online responses to them. This pattern of conduct raises serious concerns about Khan's leadership. Is protecting his reputation more important to him than finding real solutions to London's problems? The gap between the London that Khan depicts in his carefully staged photo shoots and the one that everyday Londoners experience grows wider by the day. As time goes on, the consequences of Khan's actions are starting to show. There is a danger to London's reputation as a leading metropolis. Regular Londoners are fighting for survival in this vibrant, multi-ethnic metropolis that once attracted people from all over the world. Now, however, the city risks becoming a playground for the wealthy. Sadiq Khan's tenure as Mayor of London has been a roller coaster of highs and lows for many. The dreams of a better tomorrow have been supplanted by the realities of increasing crime, soaring living costs, and general disinterest. Khan's recent moves, like banning ads that help farmers, demonstrate a worrying pattern of leadership that prioritizes controlling stories over addressing critical issues. Accountability in London's government is more important than ever. As Khan persists in evading criticism and silencing critics, Londoners are left to question who genuinely represents their interests. The gap between Khan's carefully crafted public persona and the gritty reality of street life in London is widening. In spite of all the obstacles, there is a silver lining. Citizens with knowledge can still have a significant impact on their city's future. As more and more Londoners notice the difference between Khan's statements and actions, the chances of change growing. The issue at hand is whether Londoners will demand the genuine leadership and concrete solutions that their city desperately needs.